Hi there. I see that you made it over to the new Tips and Talk portion of the podcast. These are bite-sized topics that I pull from community questions and things that I'm observing in the world of handmade small business.
We're going to talk about the magic of giving and getting, and this is not what you think. I was driving to work and I totally switched up the topic because something came to my mind that I really wanted to talk about. And so I said, forget it. This is where we're going with this. So let me share with you why this thought came up. And then really the reason that I decided that I wanted to talk about this today is because of how it can apply to you and your business. I think it can solve a really big problem that I know a lot of you have. Let me back it up and start making some sense to what I'm saying here, all right? You may already know, last week I did masterclasses covering how to turn your handmade product into an income-producing business. And this is something that I do every year. I provide information to people who are just getting started or are stuck in their business. And from there, I invite people to join me in Maker's MBA, which is my one-time-a-year coaching program for women who want to turn a handmade product into a business, a real, stable, income-producing business. The masterclasses are now over, but Maker's MBA is open for enrollment for a couple more days now. If you're interested in seeing what that's all about, just go over to giftbizunwrapped.com/join Maker's MBA. And if class has already closed by the time you get over there, then there'll be a message that says that you can pop on the wait list for when we open again in 2022. What I was thinking about in the car as I was driving to work this morning is how excited I always get every year when I open up this course, because it's a mystery for me of who's actually going to join the course. You know, some people are waiting for it, and so I think already, and I kind of know who's probably going to come in. But then there are other people who are totally surprised that I didn't even know before. And it's such a gift to me, and I get so excited. So that was the feeling that I was thinking about, and that's the premise behind this whole conversation about giving and getting. As I think through the entire Maker's MBA rollout process, there's giving and getting on both sides. Let me share with you what my thinking is and how my feeling is with what I'm going through right now, and then I'm going to talk to you about how it relates to you and something that I think can be really significant in terms of how you're feeling and acting moving forward, all along this concept of giving and getting. So when people come onto this masterclass, all I'm trying to do is deliver really valuable information. There are things that I talk about there that no one's ever been exposed to before. So it's really interesting, a lot of the feedback that I get after the class about the information. So the giving and the getting here is on both ends. People who are listening and watching the class, and for me, because I love delivering information. So that's giving, right? But then I get in the chats and the comments and emails afterwards feedback that's so positive from you. So I'm also getting. And those who attend the class are getting because they're getting the information, and then they're also giving back to me in terms of a response. You know how sometimes people talk about, well, are you a giver or a taker? So do you give or do you get? Are you predominantly one or the other? I would rather think about this and have all of us start thinking about the fact that we receive value when we do both. I really want us to start thinking about, instead of doing things that are only one way, either we are giving or we're getting, that with lots of activities that we do in our business, we're actually doing both. And the two people who are involved in whatever the transaction is are actually receiving value in doing both. I just mentioned about the masterclass and the material that's delivered there. And then when people join Maker's MBA, then there's a very intimate relationship that's developed, because I'm literally working side by side with you for 4.5 months. And inevitably, people who are in Maker's MBA become friends, because how can you not when you're working so closely together? So again, there's that giving and getting there too. I'm giving Maker's MBA in terms of all the content, all the coaching and running business, but I'm also getting because I'm getting that relationship with my new students. And the same thing for the students. They're getting the value of the course, learning what to do next in their business, etc. And they are giving me confirmation about how great the course is, excitement to watch their progress, all of that. So now let me transition over and talk about what this can mean to you. I want you to think about this with your products. So when you've made a product, you've obviously made it because there is some need that your product fulfills. If you're a painter, it could be adding beauty to someone's house so that they can look at the painting and they get a feel, a warmth, because it resonates with who they are and it's brightened up their environment. Or if you make lotions that have healing qualities to them based on the ingredients that you put in, you're helping people soothe their skin and feel more comfortable and get rid of any ailments they have or whatever that is. If you make cupcakes, normally we're eating with someone else, so it's further bonding relationships together. I mean, there's all sorts of things that you may not have even thought of that your product gives to your customer. And then, of course, you get that purchase, which reinforces and helps you grow your business. So can you see how there's giving and getting within a relationship of you offering products to your customers as well? And what happens when you do this giving and getting, where both people are giving and both people are getting, it starts to make you working with your customers much more relationship focused versus transaction. So I want you to really think about that you're providing value in both of these ways for yourself and for your customer anytime you're out there sharing your product. And do you notice the one word that I have not said this whole time we've been on? The one word that I have not said is selling. And how many of you, when we start talking about selling, your gut just drops? You know, it's like, I don't know how to sell. It's scary to sell. I feel sleazy. It doesn't feel comfortable to me. Well, fine and good. Think of this as giving and getting. You're offering your product out to somebody for them to be able to get that's going to provide value to them. In exchange, they are offering your intention, their interest, and their money, which is giving you validation in your product, a way to continue growing and building your business, allowing you to create the products that I know you love making so that you can share them out to the world. So it's this one-on-one connection I want you to start thinking of and integrating into your business versus thinking of, I make a product, I sell it. No, you're creating a product that then you're able to give to someone else who gets the value of whatever your product provides. That will enrich all of our lives so much more than just a transactional experience that you're making and you're selling. It makes all of us happier because we're sharing, we're giving, we're building relationships, and we're not just making it a transaction.
That's a wrap. I'm a get-to-the-point kind of girl. And this is what you can expect from these quick midweek sessions. Now it's your turn. Go out and fulfill that dream of yours. Share your handmade products with us. We want them, and they bring us both so much happiness.